Good evening, guys. Nightly strategy podcast, Tortoise Capital for February 14th, 2024. Moment of silence for the deceased and the injured from the shooting at Union Station today in Kansas City during the Chiefs victory parade. Psychopath uh, shot up the crowd. One confirmed death so far, 15 injured. All right, we'll start with the hybrid swing, Okoa, 30-minute charts. This was yesterday's short side trade. Here's the gap opening up. That's like an intraday COTA 2, standard risk. This closed very well, and we're holding 2R cushion, so we're going to hold that. AI, no trade. Caterpillar tried the gap and go and scratched it pretty quick when it failed. Cliff was a gap and go, and that followed through. Exited near the close for an R. I'll look for more strength for tomorrow. CVS, no trade. I missed short. DIA, I missed the initial. There was an initial short in here that was available, and then a 1-2-3 exit long. Although this probably would have got me out. This ended up being no trade, but if I traded it aggressively, probably would have netted zero. So it just didn't get traction today. Disney, no trade, sideways quiet channel. Devon Energy, it peaked early, and then as it was selling off and crossed the VWAP, got short. It sold off hard to yesterday's low, to the R10, and then on the rebound, I captured half an hour. It was not very efficient on that one. Emerging markets, big gap scared me. It was sideways quiet all day. Ethereum had a nice rebound, but little follow through. A big gap up in Mexico, started selling off, got short. It was a slow grind. Near the end of the day, I got out for a fraction. Brazil, no trade. Um, Big gap up and go. And China for about an hour. I didn't want any overnight risk on that one. Intel, scratch on the gap and go. IP, no trade. Real estate, no trade. Coca-Cola tried the gap and go. It was initially successful, but then ended up scratching when it came all the way back to the VWAP and the Bollinger Band main, so no follow through. Regional banks, scratch. I thought about the reversal here, didn't take it. It followed through nicely though. McDonald's, I like this quiet ESR flip, standard risk. It was grinding most of the day, but closed really well. And just on the basis that it held support where it had held support here earlier last week, I decided to speculate and hold that one overnight. No trade in China, already had the other FXI trade on, so I didn't want to double up. Meta, no trade. I missed the follow through. Merck, no trade. Microsoft, initially a gap and go, and then it failed quickly for 1R, reversed. So I just re-entered at about the same price and got about 2R, and decided to call it a day for +1. Marijuana, this was a 3-day short and ended up getting about 8 or 9R on that one. And when it finally rolled over and exited, that was as orderly a multi-day trade as I could get. Nike, midday 1-2-3 entry, about 3R, and I'm going to hold that overnight. Nvidia, gap and go, which scratched out quick. Clean energy, a gap and go, which failed fast. Re-entry gave me an R back to pay off that debt. Rivian, no trade. S&P had some strength today and closed very well, but it was kind of a grinding day. The best part of it was that it held above those lows, and the net was positive. Treasuries just choppy. Tesla intraday a 123. I decided to speculate on that one. Got about 2 R on the cushion. Walmart it was a big gap down 123 long. Failed back to the VWAP. I just scratched it. It had a nice closing run in the last hour, but we'll pick that up tomorrow. U.S. Steel, no trade. The sniper trade of the day today was in Alcoa. This was uh, yesterday's close long exit in the usual way. High to two reentry for 1 R. High to two reentry for half an R. High to two reentry for an R. High to two reentry for 2 R. So that turned out to be about 5 R in a series of just grinding moves all day. Take a quick look at the traders. Hamad is refining his stalking and entry techniques, working on his span of control, and this psychological state of trying not to try, coming from the work of Edward Slingerland and Chuang Tzu, the Chinese philosopher, is helping him. Targets, the aha moment, targets at the boundary of the 10-day high and low are more likely to produce larger trading ranges. Yes, that's the idea of the compound critical state in a nutshell. That's why the 10-day high low with an overbought and with an oversold in the bottom 10% and an overbought in the upper 10% are ideal for large directional moves following day on because the breakout is going to surprise at least half the people. And then shenanigans continue. Um, Grinding work nicely done on NVIDIA, in spite of the fact there wasn't a lot of movement. He got on the right side of that trade and stayed with it. Marijuana, he grinds out 0.2. So in Walmart, fractional loss here. There was hardly any follow through on this one all day, and he's noticing the power of the VWAP to act as a big giant magnet. I like that final move in the afternoon, though. There could be some room to the upside tomorrow. Disney um, grinds out 1.1. George doing some good work on his daily assessments, and he's continuing to refine his work on the 3-minute and the 30-minute charts and concentrating on observing the Bollinger Band mean and the VWAP as guideposts intraday and looking for his reversals and reentries. So he's refining the work that fits for him. Good work there. Um, Doing a really nice job on IBIT here in the afternoon trade. Um, and on the 30-minute trade, he cuts his loss quick. There was no follow through. Nice work on this. I gotta say, this should be your re-entry. So you tried long and cut it, and then went short, I think. And then if you went short there and then cut it, you got to also take that as a re-entry long. I think what you did was re-entered long, and you're holding about 0.8. That's what I think is happening. Got it. So this was not a short, and then this was just a re-entry long. Got it. That's good play. I was hoping that that was the case. And then this one, the third time pays for all. You're doing a pretty good job cutting the losses here. This one could be cut at the Bollinger Band mean though, instead of down here. This one on maybe, and that's about as good as you're going to get. But here's a re-entry when it crosses the VWAP, and that one pays for both of those losses. Um, yeah, I think you held this one maybe too long. This failed. You got long here, and this failed right away. So when it goes below, leaves the dragon even maybe there, and then your short could be there, still pretty good right there, and that's not bad. Not enough time left in the rest of the day to get that, so good discipline to not chase it. Feels like you're making progress here. All right, nice recovery day today. In that 100, this was yesterday, and today reversed back up into here and then closed very well off that low. We were worried about that move, through the Bollinger Band mean and the 10-day low, and then down here to that support. But instead, it reversed higher, and now we're still within shooting distance of the all-time high. That feels pretty good. And you can see the recovery today. It's pronounced. Um, there was initial surge, a recovery back to the VWAP, and then a afternoon follow through. So that's actually pretty strong. Um, we remain bullish normal. We've recovered our short term strength. Volatility is still saying, watch out, boys, be ready. Big side in travelers. A lot more symbols on the auto framer firing now. Buyer's market. I like the tech recovery, Intel, Nvidia, and Tesla. In the ETFs, just a handful of auto framers, no significant breakouts. A lot in the auto framer to choose from. I leave it to your attention. I like Microsoft and McDonald's, especially. Some good squeezes. McDonald's, Caterpillar. Still dominated by summer and spring on both sides. Winners today, noteworthy. Intel. Cisco is quietly trying to make a turnaround to offset the weakness. JP Morgan is winning in the bank space, all greens. Oracle may be a play on the tech recovery. Um, Industrials really showing the strength there. Oil just getting smoked. Europe at a 197. Yeah. So a tactical kind of day today. Usual suspects. And again, I just want you to notice how the crossing going below the 1.0 z-score warns about danger. When that reverses and crosses back above the zero, now look at that 30-day move. That's all of this. You get that whole move. The 90 is still stalling a little bit, 30 stalling a little bit. So this is still nosebleed territory, but we're in shooting distance of 500, which is a key psychological level. All right, that's everything for today. We'll get it published and posted. A very good discussion in book club today, which will be posted for folks in the book club workshop. We completed section 6 out of the scheduled 12. I'm so halfway through. Take good care, and we shall see you tomorrow.